If you struggle to find the right products for your fine, thin hair, but you want volume, I am gonna show you how to use these two products. They're the Color Wow products. They go hand in hand. They're perfect and they don't leave any residue on your hair. My hair isn't crunchy. I don't even have any hairspray in my hair right now. So follow along with me. I'm gonna show you my whole entire process and I'm gonna link those products down below and we'll get started. Okay, so I just washed my hair and I did use a little bit of purple shampoo, so I washed a little bit of my makeup off, you guys can see that. But I'm gonna start with my heat protectant. So I'm gonna use the Bumble primer. It's called Invisible Oil. It's super light. I don't want anything super heavy on my hair because I want volume. So try to avoid any heavy products. Okay, now I'm gonna brush it through. Ow. This isn't very elegant brushing. Okay, now that I have my heat protectant on, I'm gonna put on the Dream Cocktail first. This is a thickening treatment and it comes out more of like a liquid. So I'm gonna put it on my hands and then kind of emulsify it and work it throughout my hair. Mostly my mids to ends because we're gonna be putting the foam on our roots. So I'm gonna do like 2 pumps here. Emulsify this, and I think I'm gonna do 2 pumps each side of my head. I'm gonna work it through my mids first. I think I need 1 more pump for my ends. And I wanna have really nice big bouncy hair, so I'm being a little bit more generous than I normally would be. And then the excess, I'm just gonna kinda run through any missed hairs. Okay, as always, brush that through your hair. You wanna make sure that you're distributing it evenly. Okay, so I'm moving on to the Bombshell Volumizer. And this can go on wet, damp, or dry hair. So I'm gonna go ahead and work it through my roots right now. I'm gonna get my hair about 75% of the way dry. And then I think once I get towards the top, I'm gonna add a little bit more towards the roots. So it comes out like this. And I'm gonna work it through my roots down here first. And it's supposed to not be very stiff or sticky. And so far, I think it's pretty good, but I won't really be able to tell until my hair's dry. I'm just doing like 1 pump at a time. I don't wanna overdo it too soon. Definitely make sure that you're getting the very top and crown section of your head, because this is where you want the most volume to be. Now with the way this product is layered, you don't wanna just like flip your hair over and just like crazy blow dry. You wanna target these areas, so you wanna over direct this hair to the opposite side and get the lift at the root. And then you wanna kinda just run it through your mids to ends so you can get everything about 75% dry. Okay, I am about right where I want to be, so I'm gonna brush this through. I can already tell too. Look how much more lift that is compared to how my hair normally is. It's actually not as sticky either as like some of the mousses that I've used before. They could be really, really sticky, but I noticed this one is not. It's definitely not crunchy either. So I'm gonna section my hair. I'm gonna work from the bottom up, and I am gonna go probably right at the middle of my ears and just clip this up. You don't want your hair too dry when you're doing this because that kind of defeats the purpose. I am gonna add a tiny bit, like this much, in these sections here to help with that lift. And if you guys need a full tutorial on how to blow dry your hair, I'm gonna have that pop up above or linked below. But I'm just gonna be using my round brush. I'm gonna be pointing it down and making sure that I'm scooping this hair and over directing it up, so that I get that lift. This looks so much better than my flat hair, and that's just the bottom section. So I'm excited to see what everything else looks like. And also guys, I'm doing a cold shot. So I'm pressing this button on here. Your blow dryer brushes should also have a cold shot. So do a cold shot after you're done blow drying so that it can kind of set in, and that helps to keep the memory. I'm gonna go right by my temples And again, I'm just gonna add a tiny bit more of the foam at the root area and kind of pull it down a little bit. Okay, as you start to move up to the top section of your head, just make sure you're adding a little bit of this extra product in. It can go on dry hair as well, so I'm really gonna test it and see how it does. I just wanna make sure that it's not gonna turn out crunchy, but so far, so good. So I'm doing about that much, and I'm gonna put it all on this side here. And I am pulling it down to my mids, not really on my ends, because I have that cocktail on my ends. I don't wanna overload it. Now, as I get to this crown section, I am gonna just pin some of these at the top just so that they can sit and cool in this position. Just at the top. I don't wanna take all day blow drying my hair. So really where it matters is where I want that volume. So I'm gonna take it and wrap it around my fingers, just like so, and roll it right up there on top of my crown. And I just pin it. It doesn't have to be beautiful or anything. It just needs to stay. Okay, as I get to this section of my hair, I'm just going to be taking probably the same width as my brush and working my way forward. So I'm gonna go probably about right there. It might be too much hair, and I will clip this out of the way. Again, make sure you're adding more foam at the root. And try not to get it on the section you just did either. I'm wrapping these around my fingers, just tucking those ends in and rolling it very lightly. I'm just taking a duckbill clip and pinning it right on top. Some people like to go underneath for this section. I like to actually go the opposite way. I like my bangs to kind of swoop this way instead of swooping underneath. But you can do either way. Okay, I'm gonna let this cool for 5 minutes and then I'm gonna take it down. Okay, it's been a few minutes, so I'm gonna unclip these and take everything down. Okay, so I'm just gonna kind of shake it out, run my fingers through it. And I think one big hack too, which I think most people know, is if you really want big volume, part your hair where you don't normally part it. So I'm gonna, let's see what it looks like down the middle and on the side. I think that might be a little bit too much. This is what it looks like from the front. And I am very impressed with these two products because normally, like I said, a volumizing mousse can get really sticky when you're blow drying and it can make your hair crunchy. And my hair is super soft. I've never used a product that still keeps the hair soft and gives it volume. And at that, this much volume. If I had pinned the rest of these sections, it probably would have also done super well down here, but it definitely thickened up my hair. And I think I'm gonna be using these two from now on. These are gonna be my go-to volumizing products. And I'm gonna link everything down below for you guys so that you can buy these too. I definitely think it's money well worth spent. So I'm gonna turn around so that you guys can see the back. Okay, this is what it looks like from the back. I really actually haven't even seen it, but I can feel like how bouncy it is. And my crown section usually like separates right here, so I think it did really good. My hair feels so much fuller and thicker. So again, I wanted to show you guys what my hair looked like before, and then this is what it looks like after. I love it. and I know that you guys will too, especially if you have fine hair. It's always a struggle. I always feel like a wet noodle because my hair is so flat to my head. But these two products go hand in hand, and I absolutely loved them. So again, they're gonna be linked down below. If you guys have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them below. And until then, I will see you next time.